Okay. So, whew, good girl. All right, so maybe, okay, so this is, she doesn't have a name yet, so baby works for me for right now. Right? So we'll face this camera, although there's one there and one there. So she's been learning how to lead properly, although she does have moments where it doesn't go exactly as we would like, right? Because we lose our attention and we fall behind, but she's learning that if she stays with me at my side, I'll leave her alone. So when oh good girl, when I ask them to lead, I put my hand forward and that's my guiding hand. My leading hand is the hand that's closest to her nose. So if I lead forward, she should go forward. If she chooses to not go forward, I might kiss to say, yep, I do want you to move your feet. If the kiss doesn't work, I'll support the kiss with a kiss and a spank. But luckily Ben has a very little boy call, so he's really actually kind of hard to hear. I hear him, but she might have too. But good. Good. So clearly we don't have a purpose here, right? So she's kind of like, I don't know why we're walking around in this circle, but so. Her alone when she's doing the right thing. There you go. Right? And then I just want her to believe that she found that little sweet spot, and I don't nag her when she's not there, when she's where she should be. Okay. And I just want to be able to just leave her alone. So she doesn't have the whole walk thing all that good, but I might say, how about we give you some reason to be in here? So I might offer her to teach her the trot. I don't really see her do a lot of running around at all normally, so it might even be hard to get her up into the trot. So I might step back this time and say, and that's my trot cue. Okay, I'm not telling her to trot next to me right this second, but so she trots, I'm going to just nag at her. Single kiss and say, stay trotting. Leave her alone when she's trotting. Bless you. want the rope to have a top running in instead of a knot. And this rope has a knot. I give her a better rope, give her a better deal. I don't have a rope halter I would use for her at this age, but and then like I might take a break. Oops. I might take a break in that and be like, hey, let's start talking about your feet. Because we're gonna have to start getting your feet, you know, used to your feet being touched. Yeah, good. Good. Yeah. Good. It's okay. You're okay. Yeah, yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, good girl. So I'm not looking for her to hold it up farrier time. I'm looking for her to just understand when I reach down and grab for her foot, that I want her to pick it up, not to react. I want her to pick it up. So she's still reacting. I want her to know that I'm asking for it. There, that's better. I want her to know that I'm asking. There was reaction. That's better. Oh, I'm scaring you again. Are we scaring you? Is this scary? It's okay. Here, why don't we step forward so you don't back up into that? You are determined to get me to go get this for, aren't you? So, that was reactive. I'm going to rub her leg and say, don't be reactive. Let's see if we can just ask for it. Wait, ask for your foot. And I asked for your foot. There, I asked for it. That was a good girl. So then I might walk off and say, okay, you know, that's all I needed you to do. I want to let her know that it wasn't some kind of drama that I was looking to create with her. I wanted her to just know that picking at her foot was a request of mine, but there was nothing dangerous about it. I was doing something that I was not going to harm her about. So again, she's going to be reactive to this foot because she was finally accepting the other foot to me. And then say, good. Then I'll rub her leg and say, look, I just want to rub your leg. Rub your leg up. Now you can hear them. Yeah, I just want to rub your leg until you stand still. Once you stand still, I'll stop rubbing her leg. So that's one of the breadcrumb things, right? When you teach them something new and you want them to learn about standing still. So I could stay with my focus being just grab the leg. And you'll see people do that. They'll just like hang on until they give, till they submit. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking to be able to say, how about if I touch your leg and you don't move? Good. How about I touch your leg and you don't move? Good. How about I touch your leg and then I ask for maybe you pick your foot up? Good. Good. And then touch your leg and you don't move. And then I'm done with that. Yes. What do you think, huh? This is interesting. Touch your leg and don't move. Good girl. Touch your leg and don't move. Touch your leg and pick your leg up. And put it back down. Good job. Good job. That's all we wanted to do. Touch your leg and don't move. Touch your leg and don't move. Good. And then let's just say she does move like she did. So instead of insisting on moving on to, yep, I'm still trying to get your leg, I still want to get your leg up, I just said, oh, you misunderstood me again. That's okay. Look, I just wanted to touch your leg. By telling her that everything can be explained to her, she's going to trust me as somebody who will explain things to her. So I want her to trust that if I touch you like this and I have an expectation of you not moving, then I'm going to not move forward until my expectation of her not moving is satisfied. So she shouldn't move if I touch this leg now. She shouldn't move if I pick this foot up. Good girl. She shouldn't move if I touch this leg now. She shouldn't move if I pick this leg up. Good girl. And now I'm going to leave her alone. I'm going to take a break. Right? So that was the first time I've ever tried to handle her feet. I did have the farrier stop by when she first got here, and we just kind of looked at her feet to make sure that they weren't like, in dire need of his services at the time, but we didn't do any handling her feet. So this is different than leading. This is, I'm taking my pressure off of her. So a minute ago I was leading her. I was showing her about where she should be when I lead her. This is different. This is, I'm giving her a break from me. So I am letting her follow me. I do not let horses follow me in a leading perspective because I want to always know what my horses are thinking. So if I'm leading from point A to point B, my horses are always directly beside me so that I can see their ears, their eyes, their nostrils, their lips, see if they clench their teeth, if they're not blinking. Okay, can I approach her now without her thinking she needs to move? Yes, we're going to pick this foot up without you moving. Yes, we can. Good job. Now, I have not offered to touch her hind end. So if she was like aggressive in any way, I would do it with putting a rope around the hind leg and putting it down to the fetlock, looping like this back, and then that would be behind the fetlock, and I would guide the foot up in the air like that until we have an understanding of what I'm trying to do. She is a kicker when it comes to other horses, but I don't think I'm going to experience that like that. But if I had, I would have definitely then used another tool. You know, you come to every session with your toolbox rolled up to the arena. And if the tools you planned on using aren't the right tools, you go back to your toolbox and you grab a different tool and you try that tool. You don't go in there set with, I'm going to use a hammer for this, if a hammer's not the right tool, right? She's super, super sweet. Yes, she is. Super, super sweet. So, go ahead and ask about this hind leg. So first we're going to rub and say, are we cool with me touching your hind leg? Now, the way her head is tipped and the alertness that she's at, me picking up that hind leg right now could cause me to get into some trouble. Okay, she sees the other horses through the window. Oh, and she hears the dog. There's a dog in one of those stalls. She doesn't know that that's what she's hearing. So the alertness and the head tipped away from me is not the safest time to pick up that hind leg. Why? Because she's not aware of me, right? See, look at how she got a little on her toes. It's a silly dog. It's a silly dog. She's just sitting in that straw. Right? I just had a horse gelded. Tucker, my 8-month, he'll be 8 months old on the 29th. He was gelded, and he's still sleeping on straw just to prevent shavings and shaving dust to get up in his, I guess you'd call it an incision. It hasn't been sutured, you know. Anyway, so my dog is in there, and she was just making noise in the straw. Mommy, she's going to send you a pretty halter that's just for you. Because this is an ugly old halter that I had laying around. Huh. So, also when your horse is worried, let them move their feet. Let them move their feet. She's worried, right? So insisting she stand still and wait to see what's going to come out of the woods, even if you don't think she understands that, like instinctually, they do a lot of things. So letting her move her feet is just out of like consideration for her emotional consideration. So, what is that? You don't know because you can't see the dog. She can't see her. So it's just noise. What do you think? Huh? I saw a horse moving outside the window, and then I heard that dog. What a good girl. So I'm going to work on that hind leg now, but I might, in my best interest, say, how about you keep facing the thing that's been kind of worrying you. This way, if that gets her attention again, she doesn't spin around on me. And I pick this foot up without getting shot. Ooh, there's a little resistance there. Okay, so let's see. Can I pick this foot up without taking a shot? There we go. Yeah. There we go. Here we go. This way. So another thing I would teach her is how to follow a feel. So, which I've done with her already as far as like, when we come out the gate, if she goes and gets, so I would take a line down her body and ask her to follow that feel. And now I'm also going to just ask her to get out of that tangle, and she's going to follow the feel of that rope. Okay? All that kind of stuff is important for leg yields, for things for her future. See if she can follow that feel again. Also helps her with having something wrapped around her rear end. Therefore, what else does that help you with? It helps you with trailering, right? Good. Good. If you have a butt bar, right? So again, come around here, you follow that feel. Yep. Yep. Keep her coming. Girl, so I got her to where she kind of likes me hugging on her. I love hugging on them because the day that I climb on them, a lot of them, I climb on them with, they call it the Jeffries method, which is an old Australian method, where you get on them and you're just like a human curry comb and you just lay across them. So a lot of times I try to get them to just love being hugged on. So the fact that she's resisting will make me stay until she doesn't resist. Really get a bird right there. That I'm not going to make you stand there for. And as far as me hugging her, I'm just going to take you away. She's got a bird. Bird. Okay, so what else do we want to do? So I do everything in little bites. I don't want to sit here and like over drill her on anything specific. Like I said, I might have my trot already established now, so see if I can get her to trot. One kiss would be to keep her trotting. Sorry, I'm trying to kiss at the same time talking. Good. Good. She doesn't know the hind heel, but I'm going to see if I can get one. She doesn't know it. I'm going to see if I can get one. So I'm releasing her for, if I had somebody with me, I'd go, pop quiz. Why did I just release her? If I was doing a pop quiz, if you were one of my students and you were in this arena with us, and she just was released, and I asked you, why did I release her? Do you know, pop quiz, why I released her? What made me stop chasing her, stop asking her to continue to trot? The reason I'm letting her moving is because, I don't know if you can hear, the dog is moving again in the straw. So I'm letting her move her feet so that she feels like she's not trapped. Why do you think I let her stop? Well, since we can't really interact here, I'm going to tell you. Because I double kiss for a trot. I single kiss when I think they're about to break back into the walk to try to encourage them not to break. So the double kiss is to get up into the trot, and I hope that they have the responsibility of staying trotting until they're otherwise given other instructions. But since she was considering breaking, and I gave her that single kiss that said, keep trotting, and she responded to that single kiss and kept trotting, that's why I released her. I released her for her response, for the proper response. So that's the kind of stuff that once you start giving them rewards, so like this is the draw, right? Anytime you back up away from a horse, it's a draw. So I'm going to see if I can draw her some more. And I can pull on her for a draw. Right? I can draw her this way. I don't have to pull on her, but see if she got her attention over there, that's fine. So I might wait until she looks my way to draw her again. And then I might say, hey, how about this feet? Remember this? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. How about those feet? You remember that? How about those feet? Of course you remember that. Yeah, of course you do. And then I might say, how about we follow the feel? So, like, you know, you might just take a couple of your sessions, a couple of things that you worked on today, and turn them into little sessions. So see if she can follow that feel. I didn't keep moving, so she didn't really have an answer to find. So I'm going to stay here so she can find that answer. Good girl. Good girl. She doesn't really like her face rubbed. She wants to be scratched. Yeah, she loves her neck scratched. And her chest. And then get her chest. Oh, you're going to be a rough girl too. That's good. Okay, so something else I might teach her so that I can release her, so she can understand and release, is I might teach her hind yield. And the hind yield is going to tell her that she can move her tail away and turn and face me. So how would I teach that? I would teach that by looking at her tail like I think she got something in her tail. And then I'm going to tell her butt to move out of my way. And I want her to cross her hind legs under herself. And then I'm going to make it like, you kind of make, when you release in something like that, when it's kind of a predatorial cue, I guess. When you release in that, I like to release like you tap somebody on the, you know, like if you're sitting behind somebody at an event and you tap them on that opposite shoulder, and then they turn and they look, right? And you're just sitting there like, I didn't do anything, right? That's the kind of release that I like to give them. So like if I ask her for her hind end, which is very predatorial, and she did offer, but I'm going to go ahead and say, hey. And then I'm just going to act like I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything to you. Again, the hind yield. So I'm going to make sure she sees the approach so she can properly respond to it. And again, I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and look, see if there's something in her tail. I'm going to give her support out way out here. And then I'm going to pretend like I don't know what she's talking about. Oh, she hears that doggy. I'm going to go ahead and look at her tail. I'm going to give her support from out here. So she crosses over. And I'd say, hey, 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 hey. I do like that she knows to come to me for reassurance now. You know, like if she sees something that she doesn't understand, she'll come to me. I'm going to ask her to yield this way. Again, I'm going to look like I'm trying to see if there's something in her tail. Put my support way out here, looking for that hind end to cross, that hind leg to cross over underneath her. And I'm okay with that particular one this time. Again, I'm going to keep her nose slightly just to help her make that movement, and then I'm going to quit. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So that's going to give me something that I can release her. So like if she does something I really like, I can release her and tell her it's all over. Because I'm also showing her, I have a little bit better of a crossover under herself, like that. So I'm being a little particular about it. The reason I'm particular about my hind yields is because I'm a strong believer that if you can't shut the engine off, you can't put it in park, you're still in trouble. So like the one rein stop, a lot of times people will accept just the shuffle steps in the hind yield. If you just accept that, I consider that just putting it in neutral at a red light. So you ever been 16 years old and you're sitting at a red light, you put it in neutral and you go, and then you drop it and drive and you take off, right? So I consider them staying, like doing these shuffle rear hind yields, I consider that staying in neutral. But if they cross over, they can't throw themselves back into drive. They are in park. So I'm very particular about my hind yields being crosses over. So I want her to cross over this hind leg on the inside of the other hind leg. You're riding. You're riding. You are riding. And then same this side. So this side, she has to lean back a little bit to be successful at it. Yes, you are right. You are right. And then I might go back to saying, hey, let me see this foot. Let me see this foot. There. Oh, thank you for letting me see that foot. Can I see this hind foot too? That would be awesome. Oh, that's such a good girl. What a good girl. What a good girl. You're such a good girl. Give you little scratches and let you know I'm so happy with you. Can I see this foot? Yeah. So she was a little salty about this other hind foot, so we're just going to be careful with that one. Make sure that she doesn't have a little zing attached to that one. Good. Good. Yes. You're such a good girl. Yes. Oh, the baby. Baby. She doesn't really like scratches yet, so it's going to be kind of hard to get her to want to do a hind yield towards me naturally. I would have to teach it to her. I don't think I can show it to her today. Maybe, let's see. Can we encourage it through love? So with the babies, I encourage it through their desire to have their hind end scratched. I don't usually do any kind of twisting them up in a pretzel to help them learn it. Let's see. She's focused on something over there. So I don't think I'm going to get her to do a hind yield. This is how Tucker, Dewey, they all learn their hind yields this way. How else I would learn it is I would tell her to move under herself. See, I don't want to totally twist her up. Good. This one. I might fix that. Okay, so instead of insisting on that, how I was doing it, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just show her what a hind yield is with physical pressure. Show her what a hind yield is with physical pressure. I'm not pushing her. Oh my God. So sorry, I don't know how long that was cut out. I'm not pushing her, I'm just touching her and suggesting she step under herself. Yeah. Yeah. So again, tipping her nose. Can I suggest she step under herself? I'm okay with that. And now can I incorporate that into an over command?